All right. Hello, everybody. David E. Taylor. You're a piece of shit. And I got a comment the other day. Louis Longoria. If so, I'd like to know what made you pick the POS piece of shit David E. Taylor as opposed to other scammers like Kenneth Copeland and others. Just curious. Keep up the good work. You know, Louis, I've sat and thought about this since I started watching the deposition. And overall, I think what made me pick this guy was the fact that he just sat there and fucking lied under oath, man. That's what I think that was the initial, like, to see him sit there and lie. That was the big thing for me. Because I know any other person under oath like that sitting in a deposition who was blatantly lying under oath, the lawyer would have said, "Hold up, time out, man. Let me counsel my my client real quick." They would have stopped the fucking tape. They would have walked out in the hall. The lawyer would have said, "If you're fucking lying, you know what? This deposition's over. I'm not gonna be your lawyer." Lawyers can do that. They can only say, "Hey, you know what? We're not gonna represent you because we're clearly lying." But for some reason, you know, these lawyers sat there because they were getting paid. They were getting paid. That's why, because money talks. And just a heads up, guys, this will probably be the one time I get political on my channel because I don't like to talk politics on here. And it's hard. It's to sit back and watch that happen and know that if I did that, I would be fucking arrested. So that was kind of, I think that was the initial catalyst for me, Louis Longoria. Then once I started digging deeper and deeper into who this asshole was, and I started uncovering all his scams, it wasn't even a downward spiral. It was almost like it was an obsession almost, man. It really was. And I think in one of my other videos, like I had a video up talking about why I was doing what I'm doing, but I think it got taken down. So I guess I could kind of go into that a little bit about why I do this. That's one of the reasons. He's lying under oath, okay? Clearly. Everybody fucking seen that. And if you're saying he didn't lie under oath, David, you're a fucking liar. Oh yeah, heads up, guys, too. This is a no-filter video, so just sorry it's so late, but this is going to be a no-filter video. It will be somewhat politicized and just the issues that why I do what I do. Okay, so that's issue one. Issue two. He's scamming the fucking IRS. I gotta pay my fucking taxes every fucking year on them fucking money. If I don't, the IRS fucking audits me. They take my money with interest, you know, all that shit. In the meantime, we hardworking Americans, me, you, Louis Longoria, who else? Otar the Mad, Jeff Morton, you know, Gayla Miller, Michelle Jones, all you hardworking tax-paying Americans, Shayla Hudson, you know, Callie Rios, Go Team Cook, all you guys. That's why I do this, is because this fucking asshole can sit there and scam the IRS and just, oh, I'm a church, I can do whatever I want. No, that's bullshit. The thing is nowadays, our how do you say this? Our people, we are a collective people, America, we are a collective people. Our people are highly politicized right now. It's either you're fucking right wing or you're left wing. I really don't like to take sides. But our government is not doing their fucking job. That's why I do this, because our government is sitting back, getting their fucking huge tax breaks, you know. And through this whole pandemic, I think everybody can kind of see, like, we cannot count on our government to fucking take care of shit for us. That's pretty plain and fucking clear. In the meantime, we still had to pay our fucking taxes. Jeff Bezos bought a fucking $500 million fucking yacht and just, oh yeah, no big deal, fucking tax write-off. Meanwhile, here we are fucking fronting the bill for all these social fucking security programs, all these federal programs, all these fucking churches, mega churches, corporate fucking billionaires like Jeff fucking Bezos, that piece of shit. I don't shop at Amazon. That's one place I don't shop. That's why I do this, because how can the government just sit back and just let this shit happen while sit back and think, it was the blue collar Americans that built America. It wasn't the fucking white collar workers of corporate America that made it. It was blue collar, hardworking, middle America people that built the foundation of America, not these rich corporate fucking pricks. Like, you know, and again, these guys are all scamming the government. It's all one big crock of scam. David's in on it too, but he's just doing it through the church. So, second reason why I do it, because he's fucking scamming the IRS, David. You're a piece of shit, dude. And again, I'm standing up for all the people that are paying your taxes to fund your fucking lavish lifestyle. You know, dude, you're the biggest piece of shit, David. This is why I do this. I get no monetary gain out of this. I do this out of pure drive. Just, I want to see you in jail. That's it. That will be my reward, David, to fucking see your stupid ass in jail. Number 3, you're fucking breaking up families, David. That's horrible, dude. How big of a piece of shit can you be to break up families? I've talked to family members, David. I've talked to a lot of family members, and they all want their kids home. Everything they say, everything they tell me is that what their kids are doing are way fucking out in left field for their kids, out of the ordinary. Some of them not so much. Some of them say, you know, it doesn't surprise me that my child would do this and go 110% full bore into something like this because of just the drive. And I get it. I get it. That's my drive in this. I'm going full bore in this because I see what you're doing. You're breaking up families. You're being just a con artist piece of shit, David. I do this out of pure drive. I do. It's not that I think about you all day, but the fact of the matter is we have you fucking backed into a corner, David. There's nothing you can do. And it's not just because of me. It's because of now there's new people coming out. Shayla, again, you know, you're another fucking thorn in his side. And he's already hating it, you know, because you're bringing to light his lies. So kudos to you, girl. Fucking keep it up. So the whole breaking up families thing, you know, that's just scum, David. You get to these people, manipulate their fucking hearts, you know, into believing you're some fucking prophet, and you're not. You're false. You're a false prophet, David. Any of the people that are still in David's cult and might come across this video, he is no prophet, okay? He has never had any kind of miracle, anything kind of happen. He can't even fix his fucking hairline, okay? So, the whole family issue. That's another reason why I do this. I'm not trying to be a hero here, as somebody said, like one of your fucking cult members said I was trying to be. I'm not trying to be a hero here, man. I'm just trying to do the right thing, I guess. I don't know. Doing the right thing when nobody else will. That's something that's kind of said in the outline of our Constitution, is to do the right thing when bad men are doing the wrong. And it's almost it's almost wrong to not do the right thing in this situation. That's how I see it. It's wrong. It's wrong for the IRS, for the government, for the fucking cops, for the churches, whoever could get on your ass and fucking bring your cult down. It's wrong for them to not do their job. What they're doing is wrong. Like the groups that have come out, the friendships that have formed through this, that's the right thing, and that's what's bringing you down, David, is the exposure, is the awareness. This is an awareness group. That's what I've almost come to label it as an awareness group, is we're raising awareness about your fucking cult scam. And Louis Longoria, the second part of your question, why not Kenneth Copeland? Don't worry, he's not off my list, trust me. And neither is Joel Osteen. Neither one of those guys are off my list. They're fucking pieces of shit too. Where was I at? So yeah, that's another thing, is the whole family issue. I've talked to people that have, you know, come out from other cults, and they say, like, what you do is you make them feel like family, then you just fucking shit on them. You know, when they come out, you make them feel like less of humans, when David, actually, you're a fucking subhuman. Let's see here. And here's another thing that why I think I do this. And this is more of along the line of I grew up in a non-religious family, but my grandma was highly Catholic, and I grew up around her a lot. I loved my grandma. I had a good relationship with her. I talked to her a lot on the phone. Unfortunately, she died years ago, but highly devout Catholic. Prayed the rosary every night in the morning at dinner, and she would pray to Saint Mary. I think that was who she would always pray to, Saint Mary. And she would always try to get me to convert over to religion, but I just can't. I'm a social studies major. I'm majoring in history, majoring in social studies. And I've read a lot about religion. I've read a lot about the wars behind religion, about the deaths behind religion. And let me tell you something. The church has killed more people than anybody. When people were getting tortured back in the 12 and 1300s, guess who was right fucking there? The priests. Why? Because they were watching to see what torture methods worked the best to extract information. True story. I'll tell you, this shit's real. I've read stories, man. I've read books, plenty of them. So for the church to allow this to happen, again, back to my grandma. Sorry. So, anyways, grandma Catholic, grew up all her life going to church, right? Saint Mary, pray the rosary. And she would always try to get me to convert over. And just from what I know, the knowledge of the church, the knowledge of religion, the history of it, how many people have died in the name of God, it's kind of hard for me to convert over to something like that. So, when it like that, that seems to me like almost like the biggest cult there is, killing in the name of religion. That's still, to this day, there's a modern day crusade going on over in the Gaza Strip in the West Bank, if any of you haven't noticed on the news. So that is a 3,000-year-old war going on with modern day weapons, rockets, machine guns. Back in the day, they used trebuchets and swords and bows and arrows. Now it's conventional weapons. That's the only difference. So anyways, back to that. So I think if anything, Grandma passed away. She's up there fucking with God, like, hey, look at what I can make my grandson do. Fighting evil with good. Some kind of divine intervention, maybe, I don't know. I'm not religious, but if anybody had anything to do with it on that kind of level, it would be my grandma, no doubt. She would be the one fucking with me, not in a bad way, but in a good way, like using me for good, and and up there with the old man saying, hey, check this out, watch this, see what I could get him to do. And if she is, kudos, because I think if that was the way anybody was trying to get me to do something like this, it would be her doing it, no doubt. I've always considered her my guardian angel. She always has been. I miss the shit out of her still to this day because of the conversations I shared with her. She was a really big part of all of our lives. I think, again, David, this is why I do this, because I know what a family unit should function and look like. And here you are breaking up these families in the name of your fucking cult religion. My family, my dad's side of the family, my Catholic side of the family was loving, caring, showered everybody with love. There was family dinners, everything, outings, everything. And here you are breaking up people's families, David, to support your fucking narcissistic, just bullshit, cult religion, wannabe narcissistic, fucking Benny Hinn afterbirth piece of shit. That's why I do this, guys. That's why I do this. That's the best way to put it. I think I saw the crack in the system like all of you did with this deposition. And you were quite upset the fact that somebody could just sit there and fucking lie under oath and get away with it, man. That's what I had a hard time with, was the fact that he was clearly fucking lying. And the lawyers didn't say, hey, hold on, we're going to go counsel my client outside real quick. Instead, they just let the deposition roll. Which, I mean, again, it was a good investment on Rick Fraser's side, because that that video has, I mean, David, those depositions probably, I don't watch them anymore. I mean, they got to have 6-7 million views by now, you know? I don't know. I don't know. But you went in there, made an idiot of yourself. The depositions did just what they were supposed to do, expose you, and it did a wonderful job of it. And that's where I came in the picture, David, was those depositions. And I don't know at what point, the trigger point, again, you lied under oath. That initially upset me right there, because again, if I would do that, I'd be fucking thrown in jail, no doubt. But at what point where I started exposing you, you know, I think it was at the point, guys, where it was like, well, you know what? I think it'd be better, you know, to put a face to somebody who's doing the damage to him, you know, to that way he knows, like, hey, dude, there's somebody here. Yeah, David, I see you. That I'm right here, you know, helping bring down your cult, David. I'm doing everything in my power to do that. Everything I can. I'm making phone calls, sending emails, doing a lot of things, David. Doing a lot of things. And the fact now that there's more people coming out and putting more videos out is just supporting everything that you're a fucking piece of shit. So, guys, that's why I do this. That's why I do this, is because there's a crack in the system. And nowadays, everybody, again, I apologize for being political on my channel, but this is one thing I don't like to do, is talk politics. Is we still have to pay our taxes at the end of the day, right? We pay our government, the IRS, the FBI, the senators, all those people up on Capitol Hill in the White House. We pay them to do a job. We pay them. We pay them fucking really fucking well too. During the pandemic, they got raises. Some of them walked out on Senate committee hearings. If anybody walked out on a job here, we'd get fucking fired, right? No doubt. If we said, hey, I'm fucking out of here, fuck this, we don't got to be here, we'd get fucking fired. But yet, we still got to pay our taxes, right? But here we go. These people get to walk off the Senate committee hearing floors and shit like that and say, hey, we don't want to deal with this. No, this is just them not doing their job. And this is part of the crack in the system, where obviously David fucking fell through and the IRS isn't doing their fucking job of auditing these fucking mega churches and really opening the fucking books on them now. That's 2021. This shit needs to be on the fucking books. If I gotta put my shit on the books, why can't... That's fucking bullshit. If I would like to claim my business as a nonprofit. And I do. I run a small business, which is actually doing really well now. And if I would like to claim it as a nonprofit, but I'm not a piece of shit like David, to where, you know, he would do something like that. But at the end of the year, I still got to pay my taxes, right? In the meantime, this guy slips through the cracks, gets to scam millions, fuck people over, you know, buying numerous houses, mansions, you know, buying all these luxury cars, and just fucking slipping through the loopholes like it's nobody's fucking business after people have reported him and nothing's been done. They always say that, you know, at what point, if churches are supposed to be transparent, if there's a separation of church and state, and you know, the churches are supposed to be transparent, David, why the fuck haven't you opened your taxes lately, huh? What I've kind of figured out is the fact that it's last time you did your taxes was 2017. You're within a 4-year period where you don't have to report your taxes. 18, 19, 20, 21. So by next year, David, you have to report your fucking taxes. You should have already reported them by now, but I don't think you're going to, because you're still running your scam. Again, guys, this is why I do this, because it's just, who's going to do anything about it? Who's going to expose David? Who's going to make it difficult, you know, on his life to run a scam anymore? We have to. The government, our government entities aren't going to do it. They're too busy fucking sitting back getting fat paid and just saying, fuck the little people. That's why I do this, guys. Even though David's just a little fish in the pond, you know, it's just kind of beyond me. But I still got to pay federal taxes at the end of the year and support David's fucking scam with his EBT scam and all that other bullshit that he does. I pay for those, so, you know. You guys have any questions, comments, concerns, or anything? I apologize for being political on my channel. It's something I don't like to do. I don't like to express my political views. I'm not going to tell people who I voted for. I actually had, just a quick story, I had somebody just about 2 weeks ago out where I live here. I live in the country, mind you. I applied to be on the Homeowners Association board. And I had met one of the ladies who sat on the board, secretary. Her name's Carol Hart. And I had went over and introduced myself. And I see the neighbors, they were over doing some yard clearing. Went over there, introduced myself, and I told her, hey, yeah, we got into conversation. She said she sat on the HOA board. I was like, oh, really? Well, I just submitted my bio to sit on the board. And her first question to me is like, oh, well, who'd you vote for? I was like, excuse me, that's none of your fucking business. And the conversation went south after that. The fact that bitch asked me who I voted for to sit on prior to sitting on a HOA board, yeah. She ate her fucking words right there and there, right then and there. I ended up sending an email out to the HOA president. He called me about 3 days later. He was like, dude, this is just appalling. I was like, yeah, dude, who the fuck is this lady? She ended up resigning just, I don't know, a few days ago. So, again, I don't like getting political with anybody because it's so heated right now. What it comes down to is just being a good person. Be a good person. I don't care who you vote for. Left, right, up, down, fucking diagonal. I don't give a shit. That doesn't matter to me. What this all boils down to, the politics within the church, within the system, everything, why I do what I'm doing, is just maybe to send a message, maybe for people to be good people to everybody. You know, whether Democrat, Republican, Independent, I don't give it. Shouldn't matter, man. God's ultimate is to love one another. That's it. That's what God wants us to do, is love one another. Love thy neighbor. That's God's ultimate commandment, is to love one another. Plain and simple. David, you're definitely not fucking loving one another. You're scamming people. You're being a piece of shit, man. That's why I do this. So you guys, questions, comments, concerns? Again, I apologize for being political. I apologize for the filthy mouth, but this was, people ask me why I do this. And when I talk about certain issues, we're only human, and I think cursing is somewhat a sign of intelligence. Don't quote me on that, but my therapist told me it's okay to curse. So, David Taylor, you're a piece of shit.